Hello, welcome to the Vivobarefoot Addis shoe review. This is a barefoot shoe designed for the fashionably conscious barefoot enjoyer. It's made out of a faux leather kind of material that's meant to very closely represents leather. And if you get in a little closer, you can see that there's some wrinkles, patina, a lot of character growing in on the leather where it bends. So as you wear them, they will show their age and experience in a good way. So the toe box is pretty wide compared to conventional shoes, but if you get into barefoot shoes a while, the toe box does leave a little bit to be desired on the big toe, just a little bit, but a lot on the pinky side. Fortunately, the big toe is the most important toe for both performance and foot health. The shoe does have a foot-shaped sole, foot indent, you can see a little foot here, which is not fashionable, I found. But most of the time you won't be showing the sole, but if you do know that it's there. You might like it. Most lay people won't. So later they are pretty flexible, pretty light, what you'd expect out of a barefoot shoe. Very high quality, comes from Vivo. A lot of their shoes are high quality. I have a lot of them. This is what I wear when I want to go out in public and I want to put some effort into it. So I'll put the shoes on and we can get into the performance section of the shoe. Look like on feet. In an outfit, you might notice they have this rubberized heel, which I have found somewhat useful when you're going into this kind of range of motion for for a gym shoe. If you get onto this kind of tread, one of the only things I found it really useful for is if you're doing like the splits here, it has a lot of traction where you might not normally find it. So they have a lot of traction and good ground feel for city walking, which is where you would most of the time wear them on concrete. There's no drop, there's no really support, which is what you want. You have a great ground feel on concrete when you're walking in urban areas that has good protection against like glass and nails and sticky floors. So on to the slackline test. The grip on here is really good. The ground feel is really good. Ooh, even though I fall, there's good traction, there's good ground feel, but you can tell by the slackline. I've worn these a lot. I do some dancing professionally, and these hold up really well for that. So the slackline tests, they do really good for performance. For barefoot shoes, you can wear at the gym, anywhere, even out and about. These aren't really made for it, but you get you can feel the traction. Like the ground feel is there, but you definitely you have a lot of grip on the ground. You can notice with the ground feel how much traction you have over the floor. The ground feel is not it's there, but it's very overpowered by how much grip you have. And I've even burned my own skin with the rubber here. Has a lot of grip, very good for holding on, as you saw with the slack line. But if you ever get into like some moves where you have to cross between your legs, be careful, as you might burn your hands like I have before in the past. So the company Vivobarefoot has a really good company policy where they try to keep nature in mind. I've looked into it. They do a good job with some regenerative practices, which are some of the best for nature. And they do not use any real leather. It's faux leather, so they don't harm any cows. And this shoe is probably made in Africa, which you can see by the insignia on the heel. See, probably made in Africa. So the overview I'll give you here is the shoe. It looks good enough for what you'll be wanting out of a fashionably conscious barefoot shoe. I've gotten some compliments on it. It overall looks great. Maybe the bottom part is a unique feature. The faux leather acts like real leather, very nice. They're quite comfortable. Good enough toe box for barefoot shoes compared to conventional. Very light. A lot of traction, which you'll notice when you put it on with the ground feel. Overall, these are a good shoe for looking good and feeling good. So I'll see you in the next video.